Good afternoon, everyone. Came to bring about a little afternoon cheer. You know where I'm going, to my specially designated plantation, in which I fondly refer to my employer and my employment as Candyland and Master Candy, respectively. But yeah, you all see the title. And I mean, it's really, here, and like I said, I'm just merely a plantation worker. I earn my menial wages, picking my cotton, enough to provide for me and mine. So my opinion may not mean nothing, because all this is hereby my opinion. My opinion stated in words through video. I'm not going to type it to you. I mean, it feels like there's a waste of time into typing it back and forth. And also, I hear that the videos have a way of becoming viral and thusly making someone monetized. But that's aside from the point. Ladies, is it permissible? Maybe we might put a little space between us. I don't know. Maybe not particularly break up all the way, because it is good times with you. But can we break up with makeup? Can we break up with makeup? It is good times with her. But sometimes it gets to be a little bit heavy. And I understand, because back in my younger days, and as a child, as a lad, I had school teachers. And, the thing about school teachers, I guess, as in the way where there are the high profile women's positions, whether it be a stewardess, I don't want to be sexist when I say these things, a stewardess, a nurse, a lawyer, or any type of professional position in which a woman wants to put her best physical representation forward. There's a time and place for makeup. But during my younger ages, I would see women with makeup, and I would see varying degrees of makeup in the teachers that I had. Whether they be light skinned or white teachers, or dark skinned teachers, and and there would be a gauge in which you could measure, how much they're leaning on the makeup versus they're letting the makeup accentuate themselves. Now, I will be a black ass lie if I said I don't appreciate a good gloss or a good lipstick on a pair of nicely shaped women's lips. But you have it. I'll give an example here, man. I don't know whether or not y'all are familiar, but there are these videos that these I guess these are makeup videos or whatever, and they'll have a before picture where you'll see and the ones I've seen is like African ladies, and it'll be making them seem like they're diseased about the face, and you can clearly tell this is makeup on these people's face. They didn't put something on their teeth to yellow their teeth up and shit. So then they doing all this digga, and then they do the camera flash away, and they come back looking like Barbie doll heads, where they got the foundation and the shading and the contouring. It's amazing. I know all these things about makeup, but like I said, I have a whole bunch of sisters, and I grew up around women, and a lot of my friends are women. But makeup, man. I thought makeup is meant to cover. Yeah, correct. Makeup is used in Hollywood, when you're trying to come off as a character, when you're trying to portray a character. Makeup is used to accentuate beauty. Makeup is used to create an illusion of beauty where beauty did not previously exist. Makeup is utilized to defy age. Makeup is makeup is used in the means to defy age, whether you're trying to appear, whether you're older and trying to appear younger, or whether you might be 12, 13, trying to, put makeup on so you'll look like you 17, 18, so you can talk to that 19-year-old boy. Like I said, I have sisters. I grew up around women. Not to say I didn't have grandpappy was there, my daddy was there. I had uncles there. I had a male influence in my life, but man, still, I was fascinated by women. That's to this day. I don't like necessarily being hanging around a bunch of hard legs. I'd rather be around a bunch of women, man. I don't know how y'all is with it. A lot of y'all are some homeboy. Y'all homeboy loving cats. Y'all homeboy loving niggas, but. Nevertheless, the makeup thing, ladies, that video, man, and them things are kind of scary, man. Because just recently there was a I think he was a promising football scholar, or, a good athlete or whatever, and he had gotten a situation where he got caught up and was promised to meet up with a 20-year-old woman. Meanwhile, it's a 40-year-old man impersonating a woman. I'm sure that that the catfish was fully on with the makeup, because hell, if you can take this makeup and put this foundation on and add these contours and colors and shading and make yourself appear like this, that, and the third, then there's other, you can put yourself in a position where you are deceiving someone. Now, deceiving, I guess there is a term in law where they call it fraud, where you presented yourself fraudulently as one thing under the premise of achieving some type of goal or doing something. And what this man had did evidently to this young promising football scholar or whatever, he had conned him, and then I guess old boy found out. He beat him unrecognizable. This is actually the description I heard. The football player dude beat the motherfucker where they couldn't tell who the hell he was. But I mean, what kind of shock? You're a young cat. You kind of shocked. You fully embrace your heterosexuality. And now I guess the argument will come, well, if there wasn't such shame and bane and homosexuality, man, we have to get to the point where we don't necessarily give a fuck about what nobody does in their lifestyle. If we love that person for who they are, what they do with their lifestyle, their personal lifestyle is on them, or their personal, their personal identity, who they choose to identify, what they choose to identify. Just don't bother nobody else with it. Just don't bother nobody else with it. Don't bother me. I don't bother nobody with it. I don't like to speak on. I don't like to see motherfuckers over accentuate jokes and their arguments and talking points with disparaging in it. My thing is of course, everybody's open to be, you can get the joked on, whether mean jokes or kind jokes. You can get everybody eligible to get jokes cracked on them. But at a certain point, it becomes, to the point where you're obsessive and, just outright cruel, but that's on another thing. We on makeup. I done just went off into something totally different. Brother Dave, what's going on? Bishop, I do, yeah. There's like these TikTok videos, and there'll be like two African ladies, and they'll look like they're beat up about the face. They've been diseased, and they got blacking around their eyes, and their teeth is yellow and shit. But then they flash away, and then they come all made up, looking like Barbie doll heads. They look like Brat dolls, and with all the makeup and shit on. But I said it a couple of days on here, that I would prefer, and that's, what I prefer doesn't necessarily have to, move you any other way. Just like my opinion that, the cake facing, I don't want to be disrespectful. The over-reliance on excessive makeup when it's unnecessary, when I know it's unnecessary. I grew up around women. I have sisters. I know what y'all do when y'all put yourself, because I see the before and after. I know what y'all covering up. When I see a woman with a whole bunch of makeup on, I know what you're covering up. The game recognized the game. But this is just my opinion. I really just needed something to talk about on my way to Candyland, where I take my stick and I make my bends. Oh yeah, I gotta get to work, y'all. Peace and love. Thanks for shining through, Bishop and Brother David.